That was my mouth.
That was her. That wasn't me.
Okay, we'll have to cut the beginning.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What's going on, AfterBuzzers? Welcome to the 4th episode of Host Highlights. I'm your host, Olivia Gabaree, aka The Real OG, and tonight we're highlighting Renee Ariel herself.
Hey guys.
What's going on?
You know, just coming to do some host highlights with you.
Just being highlighted.
you know. Whatevs.
So we actually have co-hosted together before on Famous in Love.
Yeah, we did.
Fabulous panel. Definitely check it out. But I want to ask you, I mean, this is how I start off every host highlight, full disclosure. How many years have you been with AfterBuzz TV?
I've been with AfterBuzz about a year and a half. I joined not this past May, but the May before that. So yeah, it's been a little bit of time.
How'd you get your foot in the door?
So I heard about after show networks and then immediately discovered AfterBuzz TV because we are the best one. And I just wanted to sign up. I was interested in hosting, and I thought the perfect way to start off doing that would be like talking about something I'm passionate about, which is television. Like, I love TV shows. So I applied, auditioned, and here we are.
So you're a real life super fan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What was your first official show here?
My first show was Penny Dreadful.
And was it...
Okay, to be real with you, I was super nervous when I first joined, and they asked me, do you watch Penny Dreadful? And I kind of said I did when I had never watched an episode in my life. I binged the first 2 seasons. There were 22 episodes or so each. And then I loved the show, and then I hopped on the panel, but like no one knew.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that you did well your first season, or, you know, have you blossomed since?
I've definitely blossomed since. I was very nervous when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every show, I'd get so nervous about like introducing myself every time. I was like, what if I choke? So you just like get more comfortable, and then you kind of learn like the flow of after shows and kind of how to break it down. And it's much easier when you're not leading, so you don't really have to think about how to break it down, but you can learn to just organize your thoughts for each show.
Did you always want to be in front of the camera?
Oh, yeah, big time. I moved to LA because I was like, entertainment industry, here I come.
Right. So what is your niche? I mean, Penny Dreadful, that was the first one you hopped onto, but like, what are you the ultimate super fan of?
The ultimate super fan of, like TV show-wise?
Yeah.
Okay, The Bachelor franchise by far. Guys, I have a problem. Like, I love The Bachelor. I get emotionally invested every season. I stalk all the contestants on Instagram, like normal people do, and I just get, like, way too invested. Like, you'd think I'm also dating The Bachelor, but I'm not. I'm just watching along, and it's a really good time.
Well, it's a good thing that you're on The Bachelor After Show here at AfterBuzz, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about, I mean, it's kind of morphed into something larger than just an after show, I feel. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we started a year-round show, so instead of it just being the Bachelorette After Show or the Bachelor After Show, we now have Bachelor Nation Weekly, where we report on just different Bachelor news going on, so we just talk about different couples, what everyone's up to. I mean, Bachelor Nation is everyone's always doing something, whether it's starting a new podcast, dating someone within the community. There just seems to always be something to talk about, so we break it down every week. Monday nights, 9 p.m.
Quick plug. And aside from The Bachelor, you also do Disney Movie News here as well, right?
I do.
So what do you do on Disney Movie News?
So oh my gosh, talking. Disney Movie News, very similar to Bachelor Nation Weekly. We break down news, except instead about heartbreak and bachelors, it's about Disney. So we talk about like theme parks, new movies coming out, whether that be like in the Marvel franchise or just like a Disney Channel original movie. There's a lot to talk about on Disney Movie News. Really anything related to anything Disney owns, we talk about every week.
So you made your television or on-camera debut here at AfterBuzz, but you've since moved your skills onto something larger. So you're actually on another network called Clever TV.
I am.
How do you feel like AfterBuzz has, you know, given you the skills and the confidence to take it to the next level?
Oh gosh, like everything. I mean, this was my first hosting gig for real, so I really learned just to get more comfortable in front of the camera, to talk more clearly. They really just helped me grow as a person and as a host, and considering sometimes we put together, well, sometimes we have like the leaders on the Disney Movie News, which are Sarah and Leo, who typically put together all of our stories we're going to do, but I've also taken over that sometimes, so it's also helped me produce shows, and I've just learned like everything I knew before going into Clever here.
And so at Clever, what exactly is your role, or like your niche in that network?
So currently I mainly do Clever News, so we just do pop culture stories every day. There's like a lot going on in Hollywood. I didn't even realize it until I got hired there, and I was like, oh wow, like couples break up a lot. Like we talk about it every day. And then on top of that, there's a fun show we do called Rumor Patrol. So for things that are like not reported, just more so rumored, we talk about those crazy rumors. Like, actually, we did a story a few weeks ago about if like The Weeknd was gonna propose to Selena and have an epic proposal, and then they broke up, spoiler alert. So we just do like fun stories, and on top of that we do a lot of just funny videos. We all dressed up as Taylor Swift. All of the Taylor Swifts from the Look What You Made Me Do music video, we dressed up as all of them for Halloween and made like a funny little short with all the Taylors, and it's just a lot of fun. We're just always creating like new content over there.
Wait, so I never really liked Taylor Swift before. I mean, here I'm wearing like a St. Pablo sweater, but Renee, you know, she pushed the T-Swift movement onto me. So I know that you're a super fan of her as well, but what T-Swift were you for Halloween?
I was the cat burglar from the Look What You Made Me Do music video. If you remember, she has the baseball bat and then like the thigh-high pink shoes. I will say, like, there are no thigh-high boots for me because I'm like 10 feet tall, and they're all over the knee. Like, it's never thigh-high. And then one of our producers at Clever like DIY'd the sweatshirt and made it look, for on camera, it looks just like the sweatshirt from the video. It's very, very cool. Yeah, but I did turn Olivia into Taylor Swift. She likes the song Gorgeous.
Yeah, I do. So did you kill it or what?
Oh yeah, there's pictures on my Instagram. Check it out.
Wait,
guys.
so what's your Instagram?
Oh, it's at Renee Ariel, if you want to follow me. Check it out.
And aside from your on-camera work, you also have a blog as well.
I do.
Sexting in the City.
Sexting and the City.
Oh, and the City. Yeah. I always mess that up.
I always mess that up with it's like a play off of from Sex in the City, but I never knew if it was Sex and the City or Sex in the City.
Every time I Google it, I'm always like, or if I post about it, I have to Google it first so I don't look like a fool, you know, like I just say on camera.
But until like I binge watched all of the seasons of Sex in the City, so now I know. But even when you say it, it could be confused. But I have a blog called Sexting in the City, so it's like Sex in the City for millennials. It's a dating blog. I just talk about all of my embarrassing dates or weird experiences I have, and just all like the lessons I've learned in my love life over the years. Embarrassing ones, happy ones, sad ones. I just kind of go through it all and really let people in. Yeah.
Like full disclosure.
Oh yeah.
All embarrassing, all the dirt.
Oh yeah. That's no fun if you don't do it. If you're not like 100% vulnerable and you're not willing to be like, look, I made a fool of myself, but like, here you go.
Yeah, you have to like stay committed to it.
I literally have a blog that's like what you're thinking when he's not texting you, and I go through all the psychotic thoughts that girls do. Don't deny it. When he's not texting you back for like a couple hours, you're like, he's over me. I know, who's this? Like, you go crazy, and I blogged about it, and I'm sure there are people out there like, yep, we're all crazy.
Everyone feels like that on the low. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean? So I know that you've recently taken up red carpet reporting, and it's not something that you ever pictured yourself doing, but of course, here at AfterBuzz, you know, that's a huge part of our network here, and as well as at Clever, I'm sure. So, you know, being a host that's taking on that venture, what's like going through your mind?
Okay, I did my first carpet like recently, and I remember Clever asked me, they're like, hey, could you possibly do this carpet for us tomorrow night? And I did not want to say no, but I had never pictured myself doing carpets. I was terrified. I was calling every producer here at AfterBuzz like, am I gonna be okay? Like, should I do it? And they're all like, Renee, you're gonna be fine. And it was all just like built up in my head, all this fear, and I faced my fear. I did the carpet, and I realized it's much less scary than I thought it was going to be. So now I am doing more carpets, and yeah, they're fun. They're really not as hard as I thought they'd be, and they are a good time.
What do you think was the biggest perception that has proven to be false about doing carpets?
I thought that I would choke, like, while I'm standing. Like, I thought I'd be standing there and someone would come up, and every question that they asked me to ask them, I would just go out the window. And I'd be like, beautiful night out tonight. Like, I didn't know. I was so scared I'd freeze up. I don't know why, because I rarely freeze up. I'm a pretty outgoing person. But I was just so scared. Like, worst case scenario. What if I fall? What if I say something that's offensive and I don't mean to? Actually, that night that I did it, I thought that 2 people were a couple that weren't, but I had like a little way around it, because I was like, oh, like, did you guys do couple costumes this year? Ooh. And they were like, oh, me and my fiance didn't. And I was like, oh. But I played it off like I was asking, for their significant others. I mean, they walked together. I thought they were together. I didn't know.
It's, easily confused.
Yeah.
So I always think about AfterBuzz as kind of like, I mean, we're, of course, a network and we're a community. We're almost like a family. But I also think of it as like a school. Because here we develop our skills and kind of refine them and take it to the next level. So as someone who is a working host, what would be the best advice for aspiring hosts?
To just keep practicing and practice everything. Like, get into writing, because I'm telling you, like, nowadays with especially digital content, you're going to need to be writing something for them, whether it's pop culture or about sports. It's good to have that skill. So practice writing your own stories, and then practice reading them from a teleprompter. There's like apps for it, but that will be the best, because once you get like quick and feel natural writing your own stories in your own voice, and then you're able to read on a teleprompter, like, you're golden. That's cool. And the rest, I think, will come. But that's like a big thing, I feel like, in the hosting world, is just nailing those 2 down.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this episode up. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Officially, episode 4 in the books. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please, in the comments, let me know if there's a specific host you want to sit down and chat with, or just any suggestions, comments, questions, whatever, you name it. Hit us up. That's Host Highlights. I'm Olivia Gabaree, aka The Real OG. You can follow me at @thereal_O_G. And one more time, Renee, where can we follow you?
You guys can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Renee Ariel. And make sure you check out my embarrassing dating blog, Sexting, and thecity.com.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.